We'll be here for the next 3 hours, and I tell you, I took a 3-day pit stop, and normally when I take off 2 or 3 days, I'm working the entire time. I somehow did something I hadn't done in a couple years and turned off the computers pretty much, and only spent 2 or 3 hours a day reading and researching news. And I feel absolutely energized. I felt like my brain was Swiss cheese last Friday when I left here, doing the nightly news, managing everything, going over constant information, hiring all these new crew members, and just spending time with the family and exercising and praying. I just am absolutely energized, and my brain is working and firing on all its cylinders, and I feel like I can articulate properly so many of the ideas we've got to cover here. And I just want to say that I am so blessed to be born in a country that's been so free for so long, and I'm so blessed that we have such wonderful listeners and supporters out there with the great honor and great duty and great responsibility to be here on the air. Because half the time it's a bunch of gibbering babble, because these are complex issues. I'm not just trying to give people sound bites, and it is hard to articulate the real world, because the real world has so many delicate edges and so many hard edges and so many different shapes and colors and sizes and nuances to it, to the full bouquet of its full spectrum palette, that it is hard to describe. It's like reality is like a trillion Van Goghs exploding in fiery gouts of blue flame. And then out of each little fractal design is an ocean of fireflies, each one its own universe. So we're going to be here for the next 3 hours, and we're going to open the phones up a little bit later in this hour. I'm working on getting Mike Adams to pop in. I didn't have any guests scheduled today because I wanted to cover news, but then I saw the big PR rollout that, you know what, organic food, you don't need it. McDonald's, you do. Hey, the difference between, an organic food and a McDonald's is the same thing. The difference between a McDonald's cheeseburger and an organic cheeseburger is no difference, except the fine print says pesticide, GMO, and hormones. But I just say, and never mind the fine print of the study. The government really cares about you. That's why they put fluoride in the water for you. And the GMO sterilizes and causes organ failure in all the mammals they feed it to in all the major studies. It's not a big deal, though, because the vitamins, they say, are the same. Yeah, but how are they structured? How are they laid out? What are the ring structures? You see, so we're going to be going over that if he's able to pop in. If not, I'm going to be covering that. Wow. In fact, if you're watching on PrisonPlanet.tv, look at the stacks here. And I never even scratched the surface of these. That's why it's important to visit Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, and all the sites. But I'm going to start my engines, and I'm going to try to come in here and race through at least the headlines and then dig down deeper into it. I'm going to try to get Tyrell Ventura to pop in for about 5 minutes today as well. We got Jesse on next week. It says on the conspiracy theory website there on True TV that show that they will air the new episodes. They kind of took them away, though, from the production house, and so who knows what's been done with it, because they've been editing it for close to a year. So bite your fingernails with that. Who knows what True TV is going to do with this? Remember Homeland Security came down and tried to shut down the last season.